And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live from Elsberry Corey League Field. And we're actually coming to you live today. This is, according to everything I've got, this is actually going on live. So we can be a little happy about that. So, anyway. We are here today. It's a beautiful day. It's not a little warm out here, but not too awful bad. But we're here today to see a game between the visiting Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions and your hometown Elsberry High School Lady Indians varsity softball. And as you can see on your screen right now, we got the Lady Indians are out on the field practicing. In a few minutes, the Lady Lions will be out there, and so we'll be starting the game. The game's supposed to start at 5 o'clock. I was on just a little bit early today, but want to check a few things out. And so at this time, we'll go ahead and get into the People's Bank and Trust pregame show.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega? Put technology to work. We're your community bank. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right. Okay. Let's get into the starting lineup. Oh, we'll give the entire roster first for the visiting Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions. On their roster today is Katie Berglund, Ava Brennan, Paige Carter, Lexi Hagel, Mackenzie Hayes, Becca Kennan, Jessica Kennan. Something tells me they are sisters or cousins. Kayla Kindler, Grace McGee, Paige Morgan, Miranda Scraper, Zoe Seasman, Chloe Smallfield, and Grace Wukich. Their head coach is Anthony Weiber, assisted by Andy Jerkins, Brooke McPhee, and John Varner. And starting for Fort Zumwalt East, leading off and playing catcher is going to be number 3, Hagel. Playing center field and batting second will be number 11, Hayes. And let me turn this down just a little bit. I can hear myself in the background, making sure this is broadcasting. Batting third and playing shortstop will be number 12/17. I don't know which uniform she has on. Berglund. Batting fourth, wearing number 18, and pitching is Smallfield. Batting fifth, and wearing number 2/13 is their second base, Scraper. Batting sixth, P. Morgan, designated player, wearing number 10. Batting seventh, number 1, B. Kennan, and she is left field. Batting eighth is number 8, McGee, and that is second base. I think I said Scraper second base. Actually, she's third base. I'll get these numbers right one of these days. 5 is 3 and 4 is 2. Batting ninth is Carter, and she wears number 5, and she is the right fielder. Flex player today for the Lady Lions is Jay Kennan, and she'll be playing first base. And that is the Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions. All right, for your hometown Elsberry Lady Indians, leading off and playing third base is number 9, Tyra Henderson. Batting second and catching is number 16, Mackenzie Gladney. Batting third, number 15, Kyla Kinsler, and she is your pitcher today. Number 20, Kelsey Flaster will be batting fourth. and she is the left fielder. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 19, Morgan Jones. Batting sixth, number 3, Peyton Robinson, and she is shortstop. Number 18 is batting seventh, Taylor Mooney, designated player. Number 2, Tiny Henderson. She'll be batting eighth, and she's also playing center field, position number 8. Batting ninth, number 14, Abby Jenkins, and she is our second base tonight. Flex player is number 11, Addie Steele, and she'll be out in right field. Reason I know that is because nobody else is playing right field, so I got a feeling she will be. And also on the bench to go to tonight is number 7, Lily Smith, number 23, Alyssa Love, and number 17, Neosha Henderson. And coming into your screen is going to be the boys in blue. There's one of them. It's our umpires for tonight. And so, talk a little bit about the history of these two teams together. And they've only played 4 games, at least in recent history. And all-time, Elsberry is 1-3 against East. The streak right now is 1 loss. They last met on the 16th of September of 2019, and Fort Zumwalt East won that game 6-1. This year, Fort Zumwalt East is 2-3 on the season. They have beat St. Charles West, and they have beat Fort Zumwalt North, and they have lost to Washington, Fort Zumwalt South, and Timberland. And sometimes I wonder how many Fort Zumwalt schools there are. Fort Zumwalt East, North, South, West, in between. 4 of them. Okay, I was just told there's 4 of them. I guess as they grow, there's going to have to be Northeast, Southwest, and top and bottom. And yeah, talking to a fan here, and they said it used to be just North. Well, I remember when there was just Fort Zumwalt, and there was no direction involved when it was just Fort Zumwalt, and that was it. There was only one Fort Zumwalt. There was only one Francis Howell. But that was a long time ago. So anyway, that is, like I said, Zumwalt's bringing a 2-3 record in. Your Lady Indians have a 4-2 record. And I guess you could call that 4-2.5, or I'm sorry, 4.5-2, because they're still in the middle of a game at Clopton. That game was postponed because of rain, but the Lady Indians were winning that game 9-0 going into the bottom of the second. And they looked quite impressive in that game, so I'm going to give them at least a half a victory right now. So I'm going to say they're 4.5-2. I can do that. This is my show. I can do what I want to do. So anyway, we still have another 11 minutes till the game is scheduled to start, but you never know. The umpires might decide to start this game early, but until they do, let's go ahead and throw a few more commercials in here just in case I don't get a chance to later.
Here at People's Bank and Trust.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, we are back. And we have forgot to mention head coach and assistant coach for your Lady Indians is Levi Yatsina is the head coach, and Kerry Koch-Dowell is the assistant coach. Right now, Levi coach Yatsina he's out at the home plate with the two umpires. I guess we're waiting on the Fort Zumwalt East coach to come out there, and they'll exchange lineups, they'll exchange phone numbers, they'll talk about where to go eat dinner, and not sure what all they'll talk about, but they'll get the game going here. And that's what we're all waiting on, is the game to get going, because that's the good part of this whole broadcast, is just being able to see the game. And so anyway, before we get going, let's take another quick break here.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the megabanks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right. Well, we are still waiting for this game to begin. Make sure to get all my paperwork going here. Got everything all set up. And, they're shaking hands. Looks like I guess in today's world, they're fist bumping. Nobody's allowed to actually touch each other anymore. So it's going to be Lady Lions up first. And since they are the visiting team and the Lady Indians will be taking the field, umpires are getting ready to get in position. We're about 5 minutes of the game scheduled to start, but I think we're going to be starting early. That is not unusual. Not unusual at all for them to start the game just a few minutes early. I've learned that in broadcasting these that need to be ready to go. They're not on a television schedule or anything like that. They start these games when they want to start them. And now they're out there doing a little bit of housework, cleaning off the bases. You can see first base on the edge. This one of the bad things about this Elsberry field is we're sitting the fences just a little closer to home plate than some of the other fields, and so it just the wide. I got this camera as wide as it'll go, but it still just barely encompasses first base and third base. It just doesn't do it real well, but I think I got them both in there right now. And unfortunately, we don't have a camera above the fence, so we have to look through the fence. And so, all right, looks like the Lady Indians are taking the field. And Kinsler and Gladney, they will be warming up here. Kinsler in her first pitch. Looked like it might have been a little bit low. I think pitching has not been a problem at all for Elsberry this year. They've got two really good pitchers in Steele and Kinsler. Kinsler being the most experienced of everybody, but Steele's ready to step up next year, I think, and take over in Kylie's place. But the two games that they've lost, they just their bats didn't show up. Just that simple. Their bats did not show up, and the other teams did. So we're getting ready to start here. We have Lexi Hagel up to bat. She is their catcher. First pitch is in there for a call strike. So Kylie starts his game off with a call strike. Ball high. Hagel looked at it. She wanted to go. So 1-1 is the count on the leadoff batter. Strike two called. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fly ball to short. Oh, and Peyton drops it. It bounced right out of her glove. She was kind of in a twist whenever she caught that. She kind of, it was to her side, and she twisted up just a little bit. And it bounced right out of her glove. I think that ball had a lot of spin on it. So that brings up Mackenzie Hayes, center field. She bunts the ball over to Tyra, has it, and throws from third base to, actually she threw to Abby Jenkins, who was covering first. So a 5-4 put out that did advance Lexi Hagel. So now we have the shortstop, Katie Berglund, up. Sharply hit foul ball to the left side, strike one. And Katie Berglund, she's one of those with the 12/17. She's wearing number 17. Hard hit ball into center field. Tiny is under it and has it, and throw back into second base. Holding the runner on, and that is the second out. So it brings up fourth batter, number 18, Chloe Smallfield, and is the pitcher. Kinsler getting some signs from the bench. Ball one. Ball 2. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Kinsler's pitched in 6 games this year, 29 innings pitched, and she has all the scores. She has the 4-2 record. Ball to second base, over to Abby Jenkins, throws over to first. Jones has it for the 3rd out. So, first hitter error by Peyton Robinson, but the rest of her team got her out of that. So, after playing 1/2 of an inning, we have no score.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we are back for the bottom half, the home half of this first inning. And get back here to the batting stats. Leading off for Elsberry tonight is going to be number 9, Tyra Henderson, third base. So far this year in 6 games, Tyra Henderson's been at bat 22 times, has a .455 average. That's leading the team right now. On-base percentage of .455. She's had 10 hits. 8 of those have been singles, and 2 of them have been doubles. She scored 7 runs herself. Only struck out twice. So the East pitcher, who is Chloe Smallfield. At least that's who I have, number 18. That's right. Chloe Smallfield is the Fort Zumwalt East pitcher. And I didn't pay any attention to how she was pitching first. Okay, looked like one pitch right there looked pretty good. Good control. Not a whole lot of speed, it doesn't look like. About normal, I'd say. But not a super speed pitcher. Looks like she's going to get a couple more pitches here. Yep, there was the last pitch right there. Throw down to second. And Tyra Henderson is walking up. Like I said, .455 batting average for Tyra. This does not include any of the game from Clopton the other night, where the Lady Indians were really smacking that ball. Of course, they only played two innings, 1.5 innings actually. First pitch, ball 1. Just a little bit on the inside. That one was close. High foul ball back behind us. One and one is the count. High fly ball in the infield. And it's in a foul territory, and their first base and their catcher looked at each other, and both of them watched the ball drop to the ground. So, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With a gift like that, Tyra needs to take advantage of that. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First batter up for Elsberry is a strikeout. And here is Mackenzie Gladney up at bat. Swing and a miss, strike one. Foul ball to the left side, out of play. So quickly 0-2 on Gladney. One out in the bottom of the first. No runners on. Swing and a miss, strike strike three. So 2 strikeouts to start this game for Chloe Smallfield, the Lady Lions pitcher. So we have the pitcher for Elsberry, Kylie Kinsler, number 15. High foul ball to the right side, out of play. Strike one. They need to straighten out some of these hits. Now, they're not hits, but I mean, when they hit the ball, they need to straighten it out. There's a blooper. It drops in for a single. Dropped in behind first base. So, with 2 outs, Kylie Kinsler is on first. Brings up number 20, Kelsey Flaster, center field. Flaster's, she's batting .389 this year with an on-base percentage of .476. Swing and a miss, strike one. Kinsler down on first base. Really wanting to run another 180 feet. Foul tip, strike two. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Bottom of the first. Foul tip, still 2-2. I'm 0-2. Pay no attention to me. Hard hit ball into right center, and it is to the fence. Kinsler's going to score, and Kelsey Flaster is on second base with a stand-up double. And that makes the score 1-0. There's a call strike on Morgan Jones, her first time up today, number 19. She is the first base. Swing and a miss, strike two. Kelsey Flaster down on second. Here's a foul tip up over the backstop and remains 0-2. Ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Flaster back there on second base, kind of anxious. She wants to get around. Swing and a miss, strike three. All right, so Elsberry scores first on a bloop single by Kylie Kinsler and a hard hit ball to the fence in right center. Kelsey Flaster had that, which scored Kinsler from first. Otherwise, there was 3 strikeouts for Fort Zumwalt East. And the score at the end of one inning is 1-0.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
All right, to third base, Miranda Scraper is up to bat now to lead off the second inning for the Lady Lions. She takes a call, strike one. She is number 2/13. Let's see what number she has on. She has on number 13. Another foul tip over our head, strike two. Quickly 0-2 on Miranda Scraper. Ken's looking pretty good out there tonight pitching so far. Ball one outside. Scraper did not go for that. Nice cool breeze blowing over the ball field tonight. Definitely fall in the air. And there's a line drive to Abby Jenkins. Quickly over to first base, and Scraper is out. Brings up number 10, Paige Morgan, the designated player tonight. With one out, nobody on. Ball hit to shortstop. Peyton Robinson quickly snags it up and throws over to first for a quick second out. Brings up number 1, Becca Kennan. She is their left fielder. Swing and a miss, strike one. Hard hit ball to third base. Tyra's over there and pulls it out of the air. The throw was a little high and wide, but Morgan Jones pulled it in. And she didn't do the splits like we were talking about the other night, but she definitely stretched out and caught that ball for the third out. So a 5-3 put out, and the Lady Lions are up, or we're up 1-2-3. They're down 1-2-3. They're whatever. They were out 1-2-3. Whatever you want to call it. And so as we go to the bottom of the second inning, let's take another break.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, leading off in the second inning for Elsberry Lady Indians, number 3, shortstop Peyton Robinson. Swing and a miss, strike one. Robinson is batting .263 so far this year in 6 games. Hard hit ball, but it's foul. And that one, I think, just might have been a run had it been straight. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Swing and a miss, strike 3. All right, so far, all 4 outs have been the result of strikeouts. That brings up Taylor Mooney, designated player, number 18. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball hit back to the pitcher. Throw over to first base, and there's the second out. 1-3 put out. And that brings up Tiny Henderson, center field. Number 2, Tiny. Tiny is one of the 2 left-handed batters. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, no runners on. Bottom of the second. Call, strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 of the 3 outs were strikeouts. And Elsberry goes down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. So as we go to the top of the third inning, scores Elsberry 1, Fort Zumwalt East 0.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right, here we are in the top of the third inning. Leading off for Fort Zumwalt East is number 8, Grace McGee. She is their second base. Well, second baseman. She is not actually the second base. Call, strike 1. Ball over to Tyra. She throws to first, and 1 out. Ball, a little dribbler up through there. I thought maybe Kylie would get it, but she wisely let Tyra get it because she was facing it. Brings up number 5, Paige Carter, right field. She bats from the left side. Call, strike 1. Ball just a little bit outside. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Foul ball, strike 2. Scoreboard up here says it's a second inning, but it's not. It's a third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is the first strikeout for Kinzer tonight. They've put the ball in play every time before this. Brings up number 3, top of the lineup, Lexi Hagel. She is their catcher. Kylie looking in, get some signs. First pitch is up and a ball. Ball hit past third base. That's going to be a single. They get the ball into second base, and they threw it over to first quick, but not in time. So a 2-out hit for Hagel brings up Mackenzie Hayes, their center field. She was out on a ground ball to third base her first time up. She also bats from the left side. First pitch is ball high. Little dribbler to first. Throws over in time and out number 3. So Fort Zumwalt East leaves a runner on. That's the second runner they've left on tonight. And halfway through the third inning, we have a score of Elsberry 1, Fort Zumwalt East 0.
Ooh, hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird looks showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
All right. Here we are in the bottom of the third inning. Scores 1-0. Elsberry's coming up to bat, and the first batter is going to be number 14, Abby Jenkins. She's their second base. Abby is batting .412 so far this year in 6 games. She's had 21 plate appearances. 17 of those count as at-bats. And she's got 7 hits, 6 of which were singles and 1 double. And she's batted in 5 runs. Batted in 5 runs, and she's scored 6 herself. She's scored 6 of those times that she's been on. No, she's had 7 hits, but she's scored 6 of those times. So maybe she can get around to home plate again this time. All right. She steps in on the right side of the bat. Foul ball down the third base side. Strike 1. I think about 3/4 of the time they've made contact with the ball tonight has been a foul ball. More than 3/4, probably about 9/10. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the third inning. Oh, there was a call, strike 2. Pitcher getting a clarification on the count. Swing and a miss, strike 3, another strikeout. That is 6 strikeouts tonight for their pitcher. All right, back to the top of the order for Elsberry. Number 9, Tyra Henderson, third base. She struck out her first time up. Swing and a miss, strike 1. The Lady Lions pitcher getting her sign from the bench. And she's ready to pitch on this 0-1. There's a little infield fly to first base, and Tyra Henderson is out. So for the second out of the inning, now up to bat now is Mackenzie Gladney, the catcher. 2 outs, nobody on. Ball 1. Elsberry's only had 2 hits in this game. Fortunately, one of those scored Kylie Kinsler. Ball high. 2 balls, no strikes. Ball 3. Ball gets past the catcher, but nobody's on, so no problem. All right, 3 balls, no strikes on Mackenzie Gladney. Kenzie McGladney? No, I don't think that's it. Foul ball to the left side. 3 balls and 1 strike. I don't think I've ever seen so many foul balls as I have tonight. Three balls, 1 strike. Nobody on. 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Scores 1-0 Elsberry. Hard hit ball out into left field, and it's off the fence, and she's going to come around for a stand-up double. So a 2-out double for Mackenzie Gladney. Maybe that'll get something started here. Brings up number 15, Kylie Kinsler. She reached in the 1st inning and scored from first base on a double from Kelsey Flaster. Kinsler's batting .353 this year coming into this game. All she needs now, and we have a courtesy runner on second base in the form of Lily Smith. She always runs for Mackenzie. So Kylie Kinsler up to bat. Ball high. I will say all 3 hits were nice hits by Elsberry. They're just not hitting it very often. Foul ball back behind us. Evens up the count at 1-1. Yeah, with 2 outs, Lily Smith on second base. Ball 2. And they have Smith in a rundown. And the ball was overthrown at third base, and Smith is in there. That's why you keep trying. That is exactly why you keep trying. So, Lily Smith on third. Smart running over there on her part. So she's only 60 feet away from being run number 2. Two balls, one strike on Kinsler. Hard hit ball over the shortstop. 1 run is in. Kinsler on first. So a 2-out hit. Good base running by Lily Smith, and that makes the score Elsberry 2 and Fort Zumwalt 0. Ball 1 on Kelsey Flaster. Kelsey Flaster had a very hard hit out into right center her first time up and scored Kinsler. Well, you know what? We got the exact same situation right now with 2 outs, Kinsler on first, and Flaster up. Foul ball back behind us. 1 ball, 1 strike. We've got the exact situation again this inning, 2 innings later. Another foul ball back behind us. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kinsler was most of the way down to second base. There's a foul tip. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 2 outs, Kinsler was going on the swing. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I was going to say, Kinsler took off for second. The throw was down there, but that was 3 outs already. So, another run in for Elsberry. At the end of 3 innings, we have a score of 2-0 Elsberry.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right. Here we are into the top of the 4th inning. Score is 2-0. Elsberry over Fort Zumwalt East. Fort Zumwalt East has been putting the ball in play every time, but they can't. Most of them, they can't get out of the infield. They've had 1 out to the outfield, and Tiny Henderson took care of that one. Everything else has been ground balls on the infield except for 1 strikeout. First pitch for Kylie Kinsler. Ball 1 high. Ball 2 low. Ball 3 low. Three balls, no strikes on Katie Berglund. She is their shortstop. Call strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Foul ball, full count. Kinsler works her way back from 3-0 to 3-2. Hard hit ball out into right field. Steele has that one, gets it in. So no out single for Katie Berglund. Brings up Chloe Smallfield, her pitcher. She grounded out to second base her first time up. Hard hit ball out into center field, and Addison Steele is there to get it. Katie Berglund holds it first. That brings up Miranda Scraper. She grounded out to second base her first time up. First pitch is ball one. One out, one runner on first. Ball one. I'm sorry, ball two. All right, they kind of bobbled the ball out there a little bit, Abby Jenkins and Peyton Robinson, but they picked it up in time to get the lead runner at second. So on a fielder's choice, Miranda Scraper's on. And so we have Scraper at first and Paige Morgan up to bat, number 10, designated player. She grounded out to shortstop her first time up. First pitch was a call strike. 2 outs, 1 runner on. Ball hit the shortstop, and Peyton bobbled it out there, but couldn't get it over to first in time. So, with 2 outs, Fort Zumwalt has runners on first and second. Brings up Becca Kinnan, their left fielder. She grounded out to third base her first time up. Fort Zumwalt threatening a little bit here with 2 outs. Ball real high, but glad he jumped up and got that one. Little 4th inning action here for Fort Zumwalt East. Hard foul ball off to the third base side. Strike 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 runners on, 2 outs. Strike 2 called. That ball looks a little up and outside. That umpire, he's calling that every time. They need to get used to it. Ball 2. A little bit lower. It was outside, but it was a little bit low too. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So, Fort Zumwalt East strands 2 more runners. And had 2 runners on, could not get anybody home. And so at the end of into 3.5, halfway through the 4th inning, we have a score of Elsberry 2 and Fort Zumwalt East 0.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
All right, coming up, leading off in the 4th inning, the home half of the 4th inning for Elsberry is going to be number 19, Morgan Jones. She is the first baseman. First base person, I guess, if I want to be politically correct. So she struck out her first time up. Let's see. She is batting .333 so far this year in 6 games with 21 plate appearances. 18 are considered at bats. East pitcher getting their signs in. First pitch to Jones. Foul ball back behind us. Imagine that, a foul ball. Strike 1. Ball hit to shortstop. She bobbles it and does not get it over to first in time. Morgan Jones is on. So a leadoff error on a shortstop, but Morgan Jones is on with nobody out. Peyton Robinson up to bat. She struck out her first time up in the 2nd inning. Peyton Robinson's batting .263 so far this year, 21 plate appearances. Ball 1. High foul ball over, going to be out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball a little high and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Morgan Jones on first. Scores 2-0 Elsberry in the bottom of the 4th. There's a foul ball back behind us. Evens up the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Okay, it's up to Taylor Mooney now. She grounded out to the pitcher her first time up in the 2nd inning. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. High foul ball into foul territory. And a double play. Morgan Jones had run to second, and they threw the ball down to first. So, no runs, one error, and nobody left on. So at the end of 4 innings, score is still 2-0 Elsberry.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
All right, lead off the 5th inning for Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions. We have number 8, Grace McGee. She is the second base. She grounded out to third base her first time up in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss, strike one. Ball one high. Foul ball to the first base side, strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball hit right back to Kylie, over to first for first out. 1-3 put out. First batter's down and brings up number 5, Paige Carter. Right field. She struck out her first time up. Ball one. Foul tip. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ball hit to second base, over to first, and she is out. So that brings up the top of the lineup. Number 3, Lexi Hagel. She's reached both times she's been up. Call, strike one. Ball high. Foul ball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch. There's a little blooper. Morgan Jones had to run hard and just couldn't. She got her glove on it, but just couldn't quite get it. So Hagel is on with a little bloop single. But those bloop singles count the same as the hard hit single. So that's her third time. Brings up Mackenzie Hayes, center field. She's grounded out to third base and grounded out to the pitcher. Ball hit to Kylie Kinsler, over to Jones for the third out. So once again, Fort Zumwalt East gets a runner and they strand a runner. And at the end of 4.5 innings, we have a score of 2-0 Elsberry.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
All right. Here we go into the home half, the bottom of the 5th inning. And who do we have coming up? We have Tiny Henderson coming up to bat to lead off center field. She struck out her first time up in the 2nd inning. Elsberry hadn't had a whole lot of base runners tonight, but for the most part, when they've had them, they've made 2 of them count. So the catcher for Fort Zumwalt just now got out there. Kind of hazy skies tonight. I'm assuming it's hazy from all those fires out in the west. Really don't know for sure, but just not exactly a cobalt blue sky. It's more of a smoky blue sky. Beautiful fall evening, though, here at Elsberry. Okay, Tiny's up batting, and looks to me like she's going to be batting from the right side this time. And she swings in a foul tip that she tried to hit me with. Strike 1. Ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's her second strikeout tonight. All right, we have Abby Jenkins up, second base, with 1 out and nobody on. Tyra Henderson on deck. She squared up to bunt and then pulled it back. There's a foul ball back behind. Catcher couldn't get there, so 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. Ball two. The foul ball back behind us, 2-2. That fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Have a countdown here, 3, 2, 1. There's a pop-up right to the pitcher. She has it for the second out. Okay, that brings up Tyra Henderson. She struck out her first time up and flied out to the first base her second time up. She is due. 455 batting average. There's a call, strike one. Hard hit ball right up the middle, and it gets through, and she's heading for second. Stand up double for Tyra Henderson. And she was caught off the base. She was standing there. They got the ball in, and she did not have her foot on the base and was tagged out. Wow. Well, that takes care of the fifth inning for Elsberry. A little base running error on Tyra Henderson there. And Fort Zumwalt East, they were alert. They knew what to do. They tagged her. So let's take a break.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
All right, here we go into the top half of the sixth inning. And Katie Berglund's going to be up. She reached her second time up in the fourth inning and flied out to center field her first time up. High foul ball. Jones is under it and has it for the first out. Brings up Chloe Smallfield, their pitcher. She ground out to second base her first time up and flied out to right field. She's up now with one out, nobody on. Call, strike one. Kylie Kinsler has not lost a thing here into the 6th inning. Ball hit up the middle. And Tiny has it, gets it into second base. And the ball they threw to first. Not sure what that call was. They had her go to second. Now they have her on third. So I'm not sure what this call is. Okay. I honestly don't know what just happened then, but she is now on third base. The ball was thrown over to first, and it got past Morgan. And the next thing we knew, they gave her third base. So, with one out, Fort Zumwalt East has a runner on. And the runner scores from third. So that makes the score 2-1. It was out at second. 5-3 put out. Call strike on Miranda Scraper. She reached on a fielder's choice her last time up. High fly ball is going to go out of play. Hits off the Elsberry dugout. So no balls, 2 strikes on Scraper. Lady Lions do not have a runner on right now. There's a foul tip back behind us. Remains 0-2. Score is 2-1 now. The Lady Lions have gotten a runner across. Ball 1. Ball 2. And I've gotten out of my order a little bit. This is Paige Morgan up to bat. Ball hit the shortstop. Throw over to first, and Morgan could not dig that out, and so she is safely on first. That's Paige Morgan. So with 2 outs, 1 run in already, we now have Becca Kennan batting. She struck out her last time up. Ball high. I kind of messed up my scoring a little bit here. But we have 2 outs. 1 runner on. Ball 1, no strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Paige Morgan is on first base for the Lady Lions. Ball 2. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Score is 2-1 Elsberry. Ball 4. That's the first base on balls given up by Kinsler tonight. So there's two runners on for Fort Zumwalt East here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. Number 8, Grace McGee coming to bat. She's ground out to second base and ground out to the pitcher. Her 2 times up tonight. Little conference out on the mound for Elsberry. Umpire's going to give it a couple more seconds, and then he's going to say, let's play. But he doesn't have to. Couple little bobbles tonight has proved a little costly for Elsberry. It's allowed one of the runs, and I'm going to try to get a clarification on exactly what happened there that let her go from first to third. Nobody was complaining, so I'm sure it was legitimate. I just don't know what it was. All right, first pitch to Grace McGee coming up. It's again 2 outs. 1 run is scored. Call strike 1. That's that same pitch. He's called that a strike every time. He's being very consistent on it. Ball 1. Kylie ought to try to get the ball in there to that same spot every time because they don't swing at him, and it's a called strike. Foul ball, strike 2. Kinsler's 1 strike away from getting out of this. And runner is out. Tyra Henderson ran her down. She tried to steal third base and couldn't make it. That was Paige Morgan thrown out, or tagged out. So, at the end, or at the 5.5 innings, Fort Zumwalt East got a run in, but the score is now 2-1. Elsberry still ahead. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are going to have, leading off the 6th inning for Elsberry, we're going to have Mackenzie Gladney batting. She is batting .444 coming into this game, not counting the halfway Clopton game. And she struck out her first time up and hit a double her second time up and came on around and scored. Well, actually, Lily Smith scored because Gladney gets a pinch runner. Ball 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 is the score. Not a whole lot of hitting tonight. Ball 2. Both of those have been very low. Foul ball. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. She gets her signs from Coach Yatsina, who's the third base coach. Foul ball to the left side. Evens the count at 2-2. Another foul ball to the right side. I think she swung at that just to save herself from getting a black eye. Remains 2-2. Nobody on because she's the leadoff batter. Getting a lot of support from the fans. Foul tip back, still 2-2. Right to the third base. She just happened to put her hand up and the ball went right into it. Good catch for, let's see, who is that? That is Miranda Scraper. Good catch for her. Okay, Kylie Kinsler up. She got a base hit her first time up in the first inning and came around and scored and got a base hit in the third inning. Now she's back up again in the sixth. Call strike one. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kinsler. High fly ball into center field. And she is there to get it. That is Mackenzie Hayes out in center field for the Lady Lions. So with 2 outs, Kelsey Flaster is up. She had a hard hit ball her first time up out into right center, and it scored Kylie Kinsler. Ball one. Ball two. With 2 outs, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-1 is the score here in the bottom of the sixth. Ball 3. Strike one called. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Bottom of the sixth, scores 2-1 Elsberry. Hard hit ball, but foul. Full count now, 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The catcher dropped it and throw down to first, and she is out. All right. As we go into the top of the 7th inning, the score is 2-1 Elsberry over the Lady Lions of Fort Zumwalt East.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
All right. For Zumwalt East coming up in the top of the 7th. Score is 2-1. Elsberry needs to hold Fort Zumwalt right now to 3 outs and no runs. Grace McGee was up to bat when who was it? Was thrown out. As Paige Morgan was thrown out, I believe, on a base running error. So she's back up to bat now. She had 1 ball and 2 strikes, and she's starting over now. So top of the 7th inning. Kinsler's going to try to hold him in place. Ball 1. Taking a little bit of time out there. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's that same pitch I've been telling you about before. From here it looks a little high and outside, but he calls it every time. That's a little too far high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. I think my ink pen's running out of ink. Had to break into the savings account and buy a new ink pen. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball 3 just outside. 3 balls, 1 strike on Grace McGee. She's ground out to second and ground out to the pitcher. There's ball 4. So the leadoff runner is on. She's representing the tying run for the Lady Lions. Brings up Paige Carter. She's their right fielder. Okay, they have a pinch batter. Let's see who we have here. That is going to be Grace Wukic. She squared up to bunt, and it went foul. So 1 strike. Wukic at bat with no outs, 1 runner on. She fouled that one, bunted it foul. 2 strikes. McGee is off to the races each time that pitch is thrown. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Wukic. That is Grace Wukic. Foul ball. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball 2. The tension mounts. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 runner on. Ball hit to third. Ball gets away from Jenkins on second, so everybody is safe. So that brings up number 3, Lexi Hagel. She has had a hit every time she's been up tonight. So still, nobody on. Or I'm sorry, nobody out. 2 runners on. 7th inning. Like I said, Hagel has hit every time she's been up tonight. Ball one. Ball two. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 runners on. Time has been called. I didn't see time called at first, and she took off towards third base. I guess she knew she had permission to go. Dead ball, throw over to first, and is out. Ball thrown over to third, not in time. So that was a 1-4 put out. So 1 out. Runners are advanced to second and third. So the tying run is 60 feet away with 1 out. Brings up number 11, Mackenzie Hayes. She's ground out to third. She's ground out to the pitcher and ground out to the pitcher. Everybody's having a conference out there. Everybody's standing there talking to somebody except me. I'm talking to you guys, and I don't see you all. But anyway, they're having conferences out there. I guess they're all picking out where they're going to go for dinner, and nobody's inviting me. So here's the situation. We have 1 out in the top of the 7th. The Lady Lions are threatening with 2 runners on. They have a runner on second and a runner on third. And Mackenzie Hayes is batting. And actually, there is no force out right now because first base is empty. Hayes bats from the left side. 1 out. Foul tip back behind us. 1 strike. Ball 1. Okay, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 runners on. Ball hit foul. Ball is hit foul. They would have played it anyway. Tyra picked it up. She was about halfway to third base, or halfway home, I should say, from third. But the ball was foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. High fly ball into, that was right to Abby Jenkins at second base for the 2nd out. All right, Katie Berglund is up to bat. She's their shortstop. She flied out to first her last time up, reached on the 4th inning, and flied out to center field her first time up. Runner still at second and third. Tying run still only 60 feet away. Call strike 1. Ball hit to third. And she was thrown out at first. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. I was not looking in that direction. I was not looking in that direction there. Okay, there's a little bit of controversy here. Okay, she is out. I'm going to have to re-look at that one because the runner had crossed home plate, and that would have been the tying run. But Peyton Robinson made a heck of a throw over there, and Morgan Jones did whatever she did. Like I said, I didn't see it myself. I was just told she stretched it out, so I'm going to have to say something to her. We were talking about her doing the splits. So anyway, put out at first base. That was a 6-3 put out for the third out, and Elsberry wins this game 2-1. It was a precarious 2-1, I will say that. Very good game. It's probably the best game that they've had this year. There was no blowout on either side, obviously, 2-1. It was just an extremely good game. It would have been a good game had it gone the other way, but it didn't. Elsberry won this game 2-1, and so that makes Elsberry's record 5-2, and we will be back tomorrow night. Let's see. Tomorrow night we are back here at Elsberry, and they are playing Van Far. And so same time and place tomorrow night. I'll be on the air between 4:30 and 4:45. And hopefully pull out another victory for Elsberry. They worked hard for this one tonight, but so did Fort Zumwalt East Lady Lions. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They played well. And so let's just back it away here tonight. So from the Corey League Fields in Elsberry, for the Indian Sports Network and the Elsberry Lady Indians, this is Kenny Masterson saying good night, and I will see you again tomorrow night.